Why does accounting exist? This is going to be a first principles exploration of accounting itself. If you are to understand debits, credits, assets, liabilities, all that good stuff, you have to develop an understanding of the discipline itself to truly appreciate what accounting is all about. Okay, so today we're going to focus on what problem accounting solves. Now, whether you realize it or not, we've already spoken to accounting topics within this course, and I wanted to introduce these topics to you inadvertently, we could say. So, within the order to cash process, we spoke about receivables. And within the procure to pay process, we spoke about payables. So, you're not coming into this blind. You do have some accounting knowledge, and we've already connected business processes to accounting topics. Okay, so we're going to continue to bridge this gap between what businesses do and what accounting is all about within this video and throughout the rest of this course. Now, to set the stage here and to essentially explain the problem that accounting solves, you first have to understand that businesses are always engaging in economic activity. Businesses are always doing things, and these doings of a business generate transactions, okay? So within any given business, a customer might owe them $5,000. The business might owe the supplier $2,000. The company might hold $50,000 in cash. They might have acquired $100,000 of equipment last year. And so when you think about it, I've listed four different kinds of transactions or business events, we could call them. How can one keep track of all this? This is important information. Someone owes us $5,000. We owe a supplier $2,000. We're sitting on $50,000 in cash that can be deployed within the company's operations. Okay, so we need some kind of method that will allow us to keep track of all of this disparate financial information. Human memory isn't going to serve us here. Okay, I wouldn't trust anybody that I personally know to keep track of important financial information within the crevices of their mind, right? Economic reality is complex. It needs structure, and accounting provides that much needed structure, okay? So that's really what I want you to understand about the why behind accounting, what it's really all about. And so you all know that I love my definitions. I love a succinct and precise definition, and that's exactly what I have before you on my screen as it relates to accounting. So accounting is a system for representing the economic activity and financial position of a business in financial terms, okay? That's the best way you could think about accounting. And to take this a step further, we could say that accounting sits between business reality and financial representation, okay? And to elaborate on what I just said there, accounting is a representational system. What I mean by this is it's a system that essentially models a business's economic reality. There's all of these economic events that are occurring on a regular basis. Companies buy things, they sell things, they take on debt, they create assets. Companies are always doing things, okay? And so this is what we can call business reality. This is reality that essentially hasn't been represented yet. Accounting is a system that essentially deterministically transforms business events into interpretable financial information. That's the best way to understand what accounting is actually doing, okay? And let me make this incredibly clear to you. So what comes first, the receivable or the event? Right, chicken or the egg? It's obviously going to be the event, right? So a customer owes the company $5,000. That's the underlying event that we need to represent. So here's the system. Business reality created this event. The customer owes us $5K. We provided them with some kind of good or service, and now they owe us $5,000. That creates a receivable, okay? Here's another example. Let's say we owe a supplier $2,000, okay? This is what occurred within business reality or economic reality. So within business reality, this event occurred. We need some kind of way to represent this event. So this event is going to be transformed via the accounting system into something that is interpretable, into interpretable financial information, okay? That's the sequence. So this information here, we owe a supplier 2K, is transformed into accounts payable, which is recorded on the balance sheet as a liability, okay? So it's going to be organized according to its kind. Same thing with something like the company controlling $50,000 of cash. Okay, cash is an asset. So this event, this accounting fact or economic fact is again going to be transformed via the accounting system into a standardized expression. Okay, so we need to express this on the balance sheet as cash. And of course, cash is an asset. Okay, so it's going to be organized again according to its kind. Now, I could keep going here, but I'm sure you understand the broader point I'm making. Business reality is messy. Business reality or economic reality, whatever you want to call it, it's messy, it's unorganized, okay? It's disorganized. Now, accounting is a system for essentially organizing these business facts or economic facts into standardized, interpretable financial information. That's all accounting is doing. So, economic reality or economic activity is real, and accounting simply represents it, okay? But now this creates a new kind of problem. How do we organize all of these accounts? We have cash, equipment, accounts receivable, revenue, and expenses. Okay, there's all of these disparate accounts. We have a new problem. Okay, how do we organize them? So, accounting is going to answer three primary questions. It's going to give us insight into what the company has right now and what the company owes right now. It's going to give us insight into a company's financial position at a specific point in time. It's also going to give us insight into a company's performance over a period of time, okay? And then lastly, we want insight into cash movement because sometimes when we're tracking performance, we don't necessarily track performance on the basis of cash movement. We track it on the basis of economic events. And I'm going to get deeper into what that means within this course. But just know for now that accounting is primarily concerned with tracking a company's financial position at a specific point in time. And we'll get into this later, but this is going to be the balance sheet. It's concerned with tracking a company's performance over a period of time. Okay, this is going to be our income statement. And then lastly, it's concerned with cash movement. Okay, and of course, this is going to be represented on the statement of cash flows. In conclusion, you can think of accounting as a process. Okay, so economic events are inputs into this process. Okay, that's stage one. And then accounting is going to identify, measure, classify, and aggregate these events according to certain rules and stipulations. And the output of this process or system, whatever you want to call it, is going to be interpretable financial information. Okay, that's all accounting is doing. And to tie this to day one, where we established that businesses are transformation systems, we have our basic flow here. Okay, so resources, which are the inputs into this system, are going to be transformed via the company's productive processes into valued outputs. Okay, we know this by now. But accounting, where it fits into this whole process here, is essentially going to represent financially relevant events that the system either produces or is affected by. Okay, so that's the best way you could think of it, and essentially tie it to what we established on day one. Now let's make this applicable to you. What's your company's economic reality right now? What economic resources does your company control? Who owes your company money and who does it owe? How would leadership know your company's financial position? And lastly, how would leadership know if the company performed well within this period? Okay. Now, if you like this kind of stuff, definitely consider subscribing, like, comment if you have questions, and stay tuned. Thank you.